welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday. And here's what's making news today. State lawmakers meet to discuss the economic impact of the coronavirus in Wisconsin.
And many upcoming college graduates say they are struggling to find a job as the pandemic continues. For the second time since the pandemic began, lawmakers met both virtually and in person.
This time to discuss the effect the coronavirus is having on the state's economy. Amy Reed is live at the state capitol to explain who they met with. Amy?
This wasn't the entire assembly, but one committee, the Committee on State Affairs. They conferenced in owners of individual businesses, an executive from the state business lobby, Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce, and Secretary appointee Misty Hughes, the head of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. Lawmakers talked to all of them to get a sense of how the pandemic is affecting the businesses and discuss the merits and downfalls of the administration's and the business lobby's plans for reopening. Hughes offered perspective into how the Evers administration is handling dueling crises, likening it to the handoff in a relay.
Critical teamwork is required to assure a smooth transition from one runner to the next. As public health passes the baton to economic recovery, WEDC is taking steps now to facilitate this smooth transition.
Businesses shared their successes and frustrations with how things have been handled. Tim Metcalf from Metcalf's Market talked about how he's increased pay for frontline workers and upped sanitation efforts. Other businesses, one in manufacturing, talked about fewer customers and potentially devastating impacts. And one committee member asked if the governor would be open to amending his plan so that everyone could come together to come up with something. And Hughes said that the ongoing lawsuit between the legislature and the administration creates a difficult situation, and getting out of that and moving toward more productive conversations, she said, would be the win that we all deserve.
Amy Reed reporting live for us from the state capitol. Amy, thank you. At least another 328 cases have been reported in Wisconsin in the last day. The state total now nearing 7,000 cases and 316 deaths. In Dane County, 431 people have tested positive. One new death was reported this morning, bringing the county total to 23. Despite the continued increase in cases, this model from Public Health Madison and Dane County shows that the curve is flattening in the U.S., Wisconsin, and in Dane County. The percentage of positive cases in the state has gone up more than 50% in the last day. As part of the Badger Bounce Back Plan, the state needs to see a 14-day decrease in the percent of positive cases before it can officially reopen. At least 79 inmates and 5 Kenosha County Sheriff's Department employees make up that 391 positive cases in that county. Officials say all 250 sheriff's employees and 420 inmates were recently tested by the Wisconsin National Guard. Officials are implementing several steps to mitigate and slow the spread of the virus within the Kenosha County Jail and Kenosha County Detention Center. 11 people have died from the virus in Kenosha County.
Federal social distancing guidelines are set to expire today as states across the country continue to assess how and when to reopen their economies. The national death toll from COVID-19 has now topped 61,000, and more than 1 million Americans have been infected. Protesters in Michigan gathered at their state capitol today to demand the governor drop stay-at-home orders. In New York, state and city officials took unprecedented action, suspending subway service at night starting next week for cleaning.
Every rail, every pole, every door, everything that people could be touching. It is a massive undertaking that we've never done before.
In the last 24 hours, at least 306 New Yorkers died of coronavirus, but hospitalizations are on the decline in that state. The Navy hospital ship Comfort left Manhattan a month after arriving to help in the fight. Starting tomorrow, residents in Illinois will be required to wear masks in most public spaces. The number of people losing their jobs continues to increase. 3.8 million Americans applied for unemployment unemployment benefits last week. The number of weekly filings is slowing down from the historic 6.9 million at the end of March, but the total for 6 weeks of job losses is now more than 30 million. It's hoped that the numbers will improve now that small businesses can access a second round of funding from the Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP. Anna's Bananas got one of those loans to pay its employees for 8 weeks.
We have all of our employees that came back to work full time.
Owns health clubs in 3 states. She also applied for a PPP loan, but now isn't sure that they can use it to pay their employees. He's worried if his clubs are still shut down in 8 weeks, he'd have to lay off people again. And he says many of his workers would rather collect unemployment for now because the federal government added $600 a week to state funds.
Graduating college students are also feeling the challenge of finding jobs right now. Our Gabriela Becerra joins us from campus with more on that. Somehow graduates' plans have been flipped upside down. Gabby?
Mark, graduation is right around the corner, and as if starting a new career wasn't hard enough, coronavirus is making it even scarier to find jobs. University of Wisconsin-Madison senior Emily Burdett has had to begin a new career in broadcast journalism, but says most companies are not hiring right now. And while jobs could come back in the next couple of months, she's now tasked with finding a new way to pay rent until then.
You have this group of seniors who've worked for 4 years to get where they are, and that whole time we've been thinking about what's our dream job? What are we going to do right after college? And now there's nothing to do.
Burdett says her graduating friends are in the same position, one losing a full-time job offer due to layoffs. We talked with an employment advisor, and coming up on News 3 Now at 5, we'll share her advice for graduating seniors.
Gabriela Becerra live on campus. Gabby, thank you. The president will focus his remarks this afternoon on protecting a group that is most vulnerable to coronavirus, senior citizens. Earlier, the president continued to sound an optimistic note on some dismal economic numbers. Skylar Henry is at the White House with the latest.
I think we're going to make a very strong comeback.
President Trump predicts the economy will bounce back, despite news that more than 30 million Americans filed for unemployment over the past 6 weeks, and the GDP took its sharpest drop since the Great Recession.
I think you're going to see economic numbers that are going to be fantastic. I believe it very strongly.
CBS News has confirmed a report that the president's economic advisor sent a memo saying these 9 states will lead an economic recovery.
A wonderful state.
Another state's governor, New Jersey's Phil Murphy, a Democrat, met with President Trump at the White House Thursday. He made the case for more funding for states like his, hit hard by the coronavirus.
This is to allow us to keep firefighters, teachers, police, EMS on the payroll, serving the communities in their hour of need.
On the healthcare front, the White House has launched an initiative called Operation Warp Speed, focused on rapidly getting a vaccine.
I hope we're going to have a vaccine, and we're going to fast-track it like you've never seen before.
The FDA is working on an emergency use authorization of the drug remdesivir to treat hospitalized COVID-19 patients after an NIH study showed promising results.
The data shows that remdesivir has a clear-cut, significant positive effect in diminishing the time to recovery.
I couldn't be more inspired.
Meanwhile, Vice President Mike Pence traveled to his home state of Indiana, where he toured a GM plant that's manufacturing ventilators. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
On Twitter today, President Trump urged Americans who haven't yet received a direct payment to go to the IRS website. He also told reporters that his team is still looking into the possibility of another direct payment to many Americans.
UW System President Ray Cross has formed a team to help prepare for best practices towards a return to in-person classes this fall. Officials from across the UW system are already trying to figure out the details when it comes to academic instruction. Residents halls, and dining services. The new team will focus on keeping students and employees healthy. They'll follow guidelines from medical professionals as well as state and federal officials.
A recent study shows that most states fall far short of the widespread diagnostic testing that will be needed to reopen safely. But in Philadelphia, Dr. Ayla Stanford took matters into her own hands. The pediatric surgeon and her team of volunteers gave over 200 people COVID-19 tests in a Philadelphia church parking lot. In the past 3 weeks, she's been able to test over 1,600 people.
Who's paying for this right now?
I'm paying for it.
You're paying for all of these tests.
I am.
It's really important to have a steady supply chain that we can count on in terms of testing, and it seems like that is developing.
Like communities around the country, demand outweighs supply, and while we were there, while CBS News was there, the tests started to run out, with nearly 100 people still waiting in line. But eventually, a local hospital came through, donating more tests. So far, less than 2% of Pennsylvania's population of 12.8 million have been tested since the beginning of March.
Let's take a look outside on this Thursday. The tulips in bloom at the state capitol. If you have a chance to wander around there, do it safely. Keep a certain distance. A nice warm-up, the weather words, and Chris Reese is in the backyard. The sun shined all day today.
Yes, it has shined all day, and it continues to shine out here right now. I was driving earlier, and even the yellow dandelions were starting to bloom, so that was absolutely fantastic. If we have the opportunity to switch the weather graphics over to Max 2, that would be fantastic. What you're looking at right there is Max 1. There we go. So we're on Max 2 now. These are the temperatures rather that we are dealing with outside right now. 65 here in Madison. Lone Rock coming in at 67, 69 as you work your way over towards Boscobel, but it's still very breezy. An a gust of wind just blew outside right now. Wind sustained at about 20 to 22 miles per hour. Some of those wind gusts, they're around 30 miles per hour now, but at times today those wind gusts were at 40 and even 45 miles per hour. So it's been a breezy day, but those winds are now starting to relax, and it remains beautiful out there. I expect this to remain the view as we go through the rest of the evening, folks. All the rain chances, all the clouds, those are moving away from us for now. So as we continue to look ahead, temperatures remain in the 60s for the next couple of hours, but with clear skies, we're dropping down into the 50s. Winds are staying out of the north. Tomorrow, those winds come out of the south, and that sets the stage for a lovely warm-up this weekend. I'll have the full forecast just before 4:30.
Forward to that. Thank you, Chris. A Wisconsin DOT spokesperson says more than 14,000 traffic citations were issued from March 1st to April 15th. During that time frame last year, law enforcement issued more than 43,000 traffic tickets. Of the more than 14,000 recent citations, more than 5,000 were speed violations. Overall traffic volumes in Wisconsin have been down 46% during the public health emergency, and crashes dropped 33% in March compared to last year. DOT and law enforcement officials remind drivers to be cautious as they're making essential trips because, quote, crashes and injuries place additional burdens on emergency responders and healthcare providers during this already challenging public health period.
The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is offering a $1,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of someone who is poisoning pets and wildlife in northern Wisconsin. 4 dogs have died in the past month in Forest County. Testing found at least 2 of them died from poisoning. Officials believe the deaths are related to the ongoing poisoning in Florence, Forest, and Marinette counties. So far, 7 dogs have died, and several coyotes, weasels, and wolves have also been poisoned.
A woman accused of stabbing 2 men in Rock County has been arrested. 21-year-old Alondra Gallardo was arrested at her home in Beloit on Monday in connection with a crash and stabbing in the town of Newark on Sunday. She is facing 2 tentative counts of attempted first-degree intentional homicide and 1 count of hit and run causing injury. Well, still to come at 4, as unemployment numbers continue to soar, so does the need for food banks.
When we come back, the largest food bank in the country is located in Houston. We'll find out what they're doing to fill this growing demand when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
business is your pride and joy. You raised it with hard work, from nothing but a dream. And since you care so much, naturally you want to protect it from harm. That's where we come in. Because a great insurance policy is not a necessary evil. It's the best way to keep your business happy, healthy, and profitable. And that is the silver lining. Pamper your business with a policy from West Bend.
The legendary DR Trimmer Mower does it all. These machines are built to take a beating. DR gets the job done right.
For your free buyer's guide, call 1-800-418-8915. Free shipping is now in effect. Online at drtrimmer.com.
For over 80 years, Nissan has been with you through thick and thin. And now is no different. We're offering payment options for current owners. Our service departments are here to help. And now we're offering more help. No payments for 3 months, plus we'll cover your payments for up to 2 additional months. Or get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 13 models. This is help when you need it.
During times like these, it's important to stay connected.
The new normal isn't normal at all.
But just because we're apart
doesn't mean we're alone.
We can reach out to old friends. Remind our family that we love them.
Stay on top of business.
Even if it isn't business as usual.
Because we are resilient.
No matter how much distance is between us, we will never let you lose your connection.
U.S. Cellular has a network you can count on, which means you can do anything, even make a commercial. U.S. Cellular.
Welcome back. In cities shut down to avoid the spread of infection, sometimes the only people moving are the delivery workers.
For restaurants that have stayed open during the outbreak, delivery workers are the backbone of their service, venturing into neighborhoods with little more than a face mask. More than 8 million restaurant workers have been laid off since the start of the coronavirus outbreak. By some measure, these road warriors are the lucky ones. Representatives with the nonprofit One Fair Wage say more needs to be done to help these employees.
I think there needs to be a much greater effort to push these companies to provide the equipment, the sick pay, the hazard pay, and the time off that workers need to really take care of themselves.
Major delivery apps, including DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub, are providing 2 weeks of sick pay for couriers diagnosed with COVID-19. One Fair Wage has started a fund for struggling service workers at ofwemergencyfund.org. That site is at the bottom of your screen there. Stocks lost ground on those new unemployment numbers out today, but the Dow and S&P 500 had their best month since 1987 and their best April since 1938. For the day, the Dow Industrials fell 288 points, closing at 24,345. The NASDAQ gave up 25, and the S&P 500 was off 27. Well, food banks are struggling to meet a surging demand with a record number of Americans out of work.
Thousands of people are lining up outside distribution centers across the country to feed their families. Janet Shamlian visited the biggest food bank in the country in Houston, Texas.
The Houston Food Bank is America's largest. In a normal year, it says it gives out 80 million pounds of food.
How much have you seen demand increase in recent weeks?
We're now averaging close to 1 million pounds a day of actual distribution here, and we're still not meeting the need.
CEO Brian Green says demand is up 150% from just 2 months ago. The cavernous 135,000 square foot facility trucks food to pantries and charitable groups in 18 counties. There's desperation they haven't seen here before, with limits they haven't had to adhere to.
It's being able to keep up with the labor is actually what our biggest problem is.
The food bank was built to handle 1,000 volunteers. Only 150 can be in the building to comply with social distancing.
The warehouse is brimming with produce right now. These crates hold thousands of cucumbers donated by a farm. In a different time, they would have been sold to restaurants.
But with unprecedented demand and a smaller workforce, Green is concerned about giving less to the community as time goes on. At what's called a super site distribution on Monday, gridlock for miles as thousands tried to reach the giveaway.
We don't have anything. We're living off just donations and going to like churches and stuff.
The food bank delivered enough for 7,500 families to receive 100 pounds of food each.
Thank you.
Volunteers serving 1,200 cars an hour.
For now, the food that I'm getting from different parts, different other sites, is not enough.
This food bank is more accustomed to emergencies like hurricanes, where the need usually subsides in weeks. With the pandemic, there is no end date.
We're going to keep trying. We're going to keep giving as much assistance as we can. But the level of need, what's going on, is just so much bigger than what we're able to do.
What this food bank and others can't do right now is have that interaction with its clients and the people who receive food. Because of social distancing guidelines, it's very much of a sterile delivery at a time when people need that human connection. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Houston.
Well, and
all those cars.
Yeah, that was something to see, wasn't it? Locally, there is good news. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi joined community partners at the Alliant Energy Center today to announce $3 million in county funds will go to Second Harvest Food Bank.
The money will help acquire food for Dane County food pantries over the next 90 days. And still to come at 4, he's being called a modern-day hero.
It is Captain Tom Moore's 100th birthday, and we'll find out how the entire world is celebrating and why. That's coming up after Chris's forecast.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
My mom is 81, and I worry about her. So I went online and found the new Lively Mobile Plus from Great Call. If she ever needs help, she can just press the button. And with the Great Call Link app, I'll get an alert right on my smartphone if she does contact 5-Star.
With the fastest call response time, they'll assess your situation, confirm your location, and send you the help you need.
Available at Walgreens or online at Best Buy or Amazon.com. AARP members get an exclusive discount on select plans.
There's just nothing better than a plate of Mama's famous pasta. Her recipe, top secret.
Michelina's. Let Mama feed you.
Medical bills. Missed time at work. Life-changing injuries. Household expenses.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. But we've dedicated our personal injury law firm to help take this crippling burden off your back. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Hi, folks. Tomorrow morning, it is finally Friday, and Hetty has an amazing weekend forecast in store for us.
We'll tell you why thousands of workers across the country are planning a nationwide sick out and share what local workers have to say.
Take a look and listen to this. This amazing video in Nepal sounds and looks more like a war zone than a weather phenomenon. This homeowner is forced to take refuge under his fragile tin roof as a powerful hailstorm blows through the area. Not only is the sound eerie, but so is the visual. The field in front of his house just happens to be flooded, creating massive splashes of water as the hail pounds down.
That's incredible to see. It's, what is it, like tennis ball size hail?
They're huge. And he's in a tin roof. We don't see hail like that very often, Chris.
Got that one just for you, Chris.
We do not. That made me excited a little bit. But, I mean, it's what, that's going to do that for just about any person who loves the weather. But I'll tell you, for the folks sitting at home, we do not have any chances for hail. Not any way like that. Coming up as we go through this entire forecast. Lots of sunshine is in it, though. Your full forecast is next.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinan.
As obvious as the need may seem, there are those who are worried about the impact this pandemic is having on budgets at all levels of government. But if ever there was a time to spend now and worry about the consequences later, this is it. If we don't spend now, there won't be a later for many. So we support the city of Madison and Dane County for amending their budgets to increase the public health department's response to COVID-19. Infection control, contact tracing, and outreach will improve as a result. We also appreciate the Wisconsin Department of Health Services providing more than $140 million in food benefits to families with children missing school meals. And we think it's smart for Wisconsin to consider health and economic impacts of reopening on a regional basis, as recommended by the UW-Madison's Center for Research on the Wisconsin Economy. Smart spending will get us back to normal faster.
Do you know the secret to having the perfect lawn? Maple Leaf Landscaping does. With their 6-step turf care program, you can have a beautiful lawn all season long. Check their website for special discounts and leave the yard work to Maple Leaf, your year-round property care experts.
This is online learning. Today, it's more relevant than ever. This is you, a person looking for a lasting career. And this is Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, where you can earn a degree in nursing, healthcare, business, and IT, anywhere, anytime. Take an online course free and get comfortable with online learning. That makes a degree from Herzing University more relevant than ever. I'm possible at Herzing. Learn more today.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place Apple Wellness, and boy, has this been a rough season. We are here for you. We're open. Our wellness consultants are trained in the top immune, lung, and inflammation supplements that are important right now. We have live chat on our website and same-day delivery for our Dane County residents, so you do not need to leave the house. We support you. Stop by one of our 4 Madison-based locations or check us out online at findyourhealthyplace.com.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
Do you know the secret to having the perfect lawn? Maple Leaf Landscaping does. With their 6-step turf care program, you can have a beautiful lawn all season long. Check their website for special discounts and leave the yard work to Maple Leaf, your year-round property care experts.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, we've seen it multiple times now, and it's getting ready to happen again. The SpaceX satellite train is essentially going to go across the sky later on tonight, particularly right around 9:45. So you'll want to look towards the north and west and track this across the sky. Make sure you're avoiding the city lights as you do so. But I believe Mother Nature works in our favor because high pressure is in control. I always say when you see the blue H, think blue skies. And even at night, that means clear skies. The cloud cover that's been associated with everything, that continues to pull away from us. So now there's really no cloud cover even mentioned or popping up over the state of Wisconsin as a whole. Skies do remain clear. We're going to keep those clear skies around. In fact, here's visible cloud track. Watch the back edge of that cloud cover really pull its way on out. And that sets the stage for what is going to be an absolutely beautiful night. Temperatures out there are already mild, or still mild rather. We're at 65. Winds are out of the north, though, at 21 miles per hour. So it is still very breezy as you begin to head outside. 66 in Janesville right now. Mineral Point coming in at 68. We're 1 degree away from 70 as you work your way over into Boscobel. But I want to make a point here. This is the thunderstorm outlook as we go through the next 3 days. There are no chances for thunderstorms through the next 3 days. We are looking at beautiful weather as we head into the weekend, although there may be a little bit of cloud cover and at least one minor little shower chances we head into tomorrow. Let's go ahead and show you that one. Overnight lows tonight are down near 40. Tomorrow, we start to see a little increase in cloud cover in the afternoon. Temperatures top out into the upper 60s. Now, I can't rule out, likely around dinner time tomorrow, at least the chance of a shower trying to pop up. But that chance is very minimal. It's tiny. But nonetheless, that chance is going to be there. Sunshine returns those. We head into Saturday. This is lunchtime at Saturday. 69 is where the temperature will stand by the time we get you into the early afternoon. We're talking low 70s, and temperatures by Saturday will actually work their way well into the mid 70s, maybe even some upper 70s for folks who get lucky. Now, we want to enjoy that because once we get through the weekend, some cooler air tries to settle itself in across the northern part of the country. This will lead to cooler than normal temperatures as we go through the next 6 to 10 days. But when I say cooler than normal, that's relative because temperatures are still going to be on the milder side. Still upper 50s and low 60s as we go through that extended forecast. You're seeing a lot of rain chances there, but one of the things I want to point out is that these are all overnight. Notice the PM and the AM, the PM and the AM. So none of these rain chances appear to be all that major. None of them appear to be washouts, but in that extended forecast, once we get through the weekend, we will at least see a chance of rain at some point each and every day.
All right, enjoy this weekend.
Yeah,
Thank you, Chris.
The weekend looks great.
World War II veteran Captain Tom Moore is being honored for his 100th birthday in the UK, but the celebration is not for his military service.
Ian Lee brings us why people are calling him a modern-day hero.
He wants to be known as just Captain Tom, but he's much more than that. The British World War II veteran stepped onto the world stage with a charity walk around his garden, raising over $40 million to support healthcare workers in Britain. His original goal was just $1,200.
I think it's absolutely fantastic sum of money. We would never imagine that sort of money.
So for his 100th birthday today, a grateful nation said thank you. He received a birthday card from the Queen and a special message from the Prime Minister.
So on behalf of the whole country, thank you and have a very special 100th birthday.
The Royal Air Force gave him a royal salute with 2 vintage World War II fighters.
I'm one of the few people here who've seen a Hurricane and Spitfires flying past in anger. Fortunately today, they're all flying peacefully.
Tom also received thousands of birthday cards from around the globe, filling the gymnasium at his grandson's school.
So we've had cards from 2-year-olds and we've had cards from 92-year-olds, and that's been pretty special as well.
And to cap off the day, the Queen promoted Captain Tom to Colonel, a man truly proving why he's part of the greatest generation.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Thank you so much.
Spectacular.
He is remarkable, isn't he? And he's not done yet.
No.
Captain Tom also has a hit on the British music charts.
His duet of You'll Never Walk Alone with singer Michael Ball has reached #1, making him the oldest person ever to do so in the UK. I heard an interview that said he'd rather be the youngest person ever to do it in the UK.
He's remarkable. I'd love to know what his secret is. He looks great.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Incredible.
Thank you, Captain. Colonel Tom. There's more to come at 4. When we come back, we'll get a house call from Dr. Zorba Pastor.
And then tonight at 5, how Girl Scouts are having to adapt to the uncertain summer ahead. We'll have that story coming up at 5.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection remains open to serve our customers and communities during these times of uncertainty. During Safer at Home, we've got you covered for all your plumbing service needs. Call us for help. We are here for you.
It's best we stay apart for a bit, but you're not alone. We're automatically refunding our customers a portion of their personal auto premiums. Learn more at libertymutual.com/COVID-19.
Updating your bathroom is more affordable than ever. Just call Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler, with gorgeous bath and shower installations in as little as 1 day. With premium wall colors and patterns from Arctic ice to white travertine and more, infused with microban protection to prevent the growth of bacteria, mold, and mildew. And call now for the Bath Makeover event. Get a new bath or shower system for only $49.95. That's right, $49.95. Ask about 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. And if you call during this program, you'll receive a free $100 Walmart or Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Also ask about our virtual online estimates. Call 608-729-4466, 608-729-4466. Be sure to ask about our Mad Cities Do More discount. Get additional savings on new windows and kitchen upgrades. We're going to put a great product in your home, like our durable 1-day bath and shower systems. Now look at this before and after difference with the custom tub to shower conversion. Easy to clean and easy on the eyes. So if you thought about a tub to shower conversion, there's never been a better time. Take advantage of the Bath Makeover event. Get a new bath or shower system for only $49.95. That's right, only $49.95. Ask about 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. And if you call during this program, you'll receive a $100 Walmart or Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. And now here at Mad City Baths, ask about our virtual online estimates.
Tonight at 5, graduating college usually means starting your career, but many graduates are having a tough time finding a job due to COVID-19, how they're planning for their futures. That's at 5.
Winds will diminish pretty quickly tonight. Friday will be milder with some more cloud cover, but this weekend, high temperatures will climb into the 70s. Our News 3 Now First Horn forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, local ambulance companies are designating certain vehicles for coronavirus patients only. We'll have that story more tonight. News 3 Now at 6. This is a backyard patio shot, the koi pond. I understand there's a huge frog in there as well.
Yeah, it's coming back to life
for
spring.
Slowly but surely. It's time to get our weekly coronavirus checkup from Dr. Zorba Pastor.
Next segment, we'll be taking your medical questions live. So if you'd like to talk to Dr. Pastor, be thinking about what you want to ask, and Mark and I will let you know when it's time to call in. Zorba, good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Thanks for doing this with us again. Let's talk a little bit about this remdesivir, the drug, the possible treatment for COVID-19 we're hearing so much about.
You bet. So this is a drug that's by Gilead. Gilead made the hepatitis C drug that really made a lot of news a few years ago. They're very interested in really going to antivirals, and this is one of their drugs that they were using for other problems that were going on, and it appears to have some usefulness given to COVID-19 people who are actually in the hospital and are acutely ill. Now the question that comes up, because it's not a peer-reviewed study, is how good is this going to be? If you look at Anthony Fauci, he's got a great reputation. He thinks this drug has merit, and now the drug is going to be used on more and more people, and it may be used earlier on in the course of their disease. And Dr. Fauci reminds us that when the AIDS epidemic first came out, we had very few drugs that really seemed to show any promise, and as soon as AZD came out, it seemed to show a little bit of promise, and ultimately that turned out to be the backbone of drugs that were used initially to treat AIDS. So there's really lots of excitement about the usefulness of this drug, and maybe the usefulness early in actually COVID. So I mean, it's exciting. Looks like we finally have some good news. Let's hope over the next month, as we see more patients treated with it, that it actually turns out to be as good as news as we think it appears to be.
And let's be clear, this is not a vaccine. This is to treat somebody that has it already.
It is not a vaccine.
In the hospital.
And it's only to treat people in the hospital, seriously ill, who have it. And once again, it seems to be showing some promise, but it's not in a peer-reviewed study, but they broke the code. They broke the code because it appeared that the people who were on the drug were doing much better than the people who are on the placebo. That's a very, very good sign that it may be something that's really going to help keep people from dying from COVID-19.
So breaking the code, that's a big deal.
Yes. Yes, it's a big deal. This is really a big deal. Now, the immunization, of course, there are a number of companies around the world that are really combining. Pfizer, for instance, is working with Merck. They're all working together trying to develop an immunization. And right now in England and in Oxford, they're really ahead of the game right now, and they look like they have a number of immunizations trials that are going forth, and really that will ultimately be the bottom line. But that, once again, is 1 year away to a year and a half away. It's not on the horizon. It's not close, but that's the one thing that's really going to make a difference for COVID.
All right, we're going to open the phone lines now, 270-9933, the number to call if you have any questions for Dr. Zorba. Now's the time to do it, and we'll get to your calls right after this.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Grace. Of course, it's been a trusted brand for over 40 years, and now they're starting a brand new service. We have Tasha Robinson here joining us today. So Age at Home by a Grace is what?
Age at Home by a Grace is a high-quality personal care program that specializes in housekeeping, companion care, running errands, a chore service.
And a Grace really has been compassionate end-of-life services for so long, but Age at Home is very different.
Age at Home is more personal care.
And I'm really excited. I have this fancy Age at Home shirt, so I get to play a caregiver today, and we're going to go see Terry. What are some of the things that we need to help Terry with?
Today we're going to help Terry with a sandwich. He likes to have a sandwich prepared for him so that he can have it later on in the day. We also help remind him to take his medications. So those are the services we will provide for him today.
And you are hiring for those exact caregivers because you have a lot of people who are looking to have this service here in Dane County.
Yes, we are. We're always looking for caregivers. We have part-time hours, a very flexible schedule, and we have awesome clients to work with.
Tasha, who could benefit from a service like Age at Home?
Anyone in the community, anyone who needs personal care services, chore services. If you are just being discharged from the hospital and you need someone to come in and maybe make a bed for you, walk your dog, because we have pet services as well. If you need assistance with errands, we can do that. So anyone that needs help.
How are you at cards? Because I'm pretty competitive.
So am I.
Oh boy, here we go. If you are looking for any personal or companion care, please keep Age at Home by a Grace in mind. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed in Madison.
for her dreams policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Look at this incredible drone light show put on in the skies above Philadelphia just for medical workers. Verge Aero programmed and performed the amazing display using 136 drones flying some 400 feet above hospitals near the University of Pennsylvania. Images of hope, thanks, and love shone brightly in the night sky as medical workers and first responders soaked up the sky-high salute. There was no advance publicity of the event. The company said they wanted to offer their resources to stand in solidarity with those fighting the coronavirus, and this show was just for them.
Oh, is that beautiful?
Thank you, heroes.
Yes.
Sums it up. All right, it's time to get your questions answered from Dr. Zorba Pastor. We'll start with Mary in Janesville. Hi, Mary.
Hello.
Hi, what's your question?
Since your pets and zoo animals can get corona, what about mosquitoes?
Well, first of all, we're not really sure that animals get corona. We know that a tiger got corona in New York City, but we really don't know if that's a fluke or whether or not animals can actually get corona, the coronavirus that affects us. Animals do get other coronaviruses, but not COVID-19. As for mosquitoes, the answer is no. Mosquitoes do not carry COVID-19.
All right.
Of course not.
All right.
All right, just when we were feeling hopeful about that. Let's go to Donna from Lake Mills. Hi, Donna, what's your question?
Hi, I have COPD, and I'm wondering, in reference to the coronavirus, can this be more serious if you get the virus?
Absolutely. If you've got chronic lung disease, diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, anything that makes you much less likely to be able to mount a robust immune response, it's going to make a difference. And anyone with COPD is definitely at a high risk, and that means you've got to be really as good as you can about self-quarantining and social distancing.
All right, Donna, take care of yourself.
Yeah, be careful.
All right, let's go to Michelle from Deerfield. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. If you are asymptomatic for COVID-19, would you recommend sanitizing, washing your toothbrush every day?
Oh, good question.
Well, first of all, if you're we don't know who's asymptomatic for COVID-19 because we don't have an antibody test. So we don't know who exactly is symptomatic or not. But if you use your own, if you have COVID-19, let's say you're symptomatic and you have it, you actually have to keep everything away from everyone else. So it's your toothbrush, it's glasses, it's your clothing, because once again, we really don't know exactly how it's spread, but we know it can be spread with inanimate objects. So the answer is yes, you've got to wash everything, but more or less you've got to keep it away from everyone else, as well as if you're asymptomatic. But of course, we don't know who's asymptomatic and who isn't because we can't test for it.
Right, that's the most challenging part of the whole thing. Let's go to Karen from Keeler. Hi, Karen, what's your question?
Yes, I was just wondering, these patients that are in the hospital and do they go into a coma on their own, or are they induced?
Well, what happens is if you are very sick with COVID-19 and then you have to be put on a ventilator because you can't breathe enough, when you're put on a ventilator, you have to be sedated because ventilators are very, very uncomfortable. You have to have a tube down your lungs. And at that point, you're put into what's called either conscious sedation or a very low level or a very significantly very low level of sedation. So you're sort of induced into what we would call a coma. And that's the point where you're really not thinking, you're in a dreamlike state, and that's the only way really ventilators work. As soon as you start to breathe with a ventilator, usually you're getting better, and that's often the case where you're beginning to have a lighter sedation.
All right, let's go to Carrie in Watertown. Hi, Carrie.
Hi.
Hi, what's your question?
I have COPD, and I just had a stress test done today, and it came back abnormal. I'm wondering what that could mean.
Oh, it can mean a lot of different things. Could mean you need cardiac catheterization. It could mean that you need an echocardiogram. Abnormal stress test can mean a lot of things. This is a good time to call your doctor, certainly tomorrow, and say, hey, I've got an abnormal test. What does it mean? What's the next test that I may have to do? Lots of questions, difficult to answer on the air.
Yeah, and Carrie, be well. Let's go to Don from Sun Prairie. Hi, Don. What's your question?
Yeah, I have
just hearing about somebody else has COPD. I have it, and I've had double lung surgery. They took the top third of my lungs off. And I'm just wondering that when I read something in the paper that said there was some kind of a thing in your genes that Corba feeds off of, but people with lung problems don't have those, they have a lower risk of getting it. I've been in my house for over 2 months, 3 months, that I'm afraid to go outside. I don't want to get it.
Let me tell you something. You are not at a lower risk. You are at a very high risk of getting it. And if you get it, you're at a very high risk of dying. So that is, whatever you read about saying a lower risk, that is 100% wrong. Anyone with lung disease is at a higher risk for COVID and at a higher risk of even death from the coronavirus. So stay safe, stay away from others, self-quarantine.
Yeah, he's been in the house for 2 months. That's wise.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Lori in Mount Horeb. Hi, Lori.
Hello?
Hi, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm wondering, I have a friend that 2 weeks ago got bit in the stomach with a tick. And we've been trying to treat this with the doctor for 2 weeks now here. And it does have a little bit of red, and we've had it in 2 antibiotics, and the doctor will not pull out. There's a very little left, and they won't pull it out. What do you suggest we do?
Okay, this is not corona-related. Pull it out.
It's not, yeah, just pull it out. Take a tweezers
I have been
and pull the thing
digging.
out. That's what I would do.
I've been trying to dig to get it out, and the doctor, we can't get it to release the little bits left, and the doctor won't do nothing.
Well, first of all, they may not do anything because of COVID, but in fact, whatever is left in there, if the person has been treated with antibiotics, whatever's left in there is really not an important issue because it's been a long time. The tick is dead, and the reality is the antibiotics are really what mattered. So I don't think I would try to pull it out, but if it doesn't come out completely, eventually the body will get rid of it.
Maybe that's what's making it red, all the agitation.
Yes.
All right, we're out of time. Thank you all for calling in. We'll do this again next week. Zorba, thanks.
Zorba, thanks for your time.
Stay
Great
well.
to see you.
Stay well, stay safe.
You as well.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
You can garden safer at home with the help of Jung Garden Center. Curbside pickup is now available at all 5 Jung Garden Center locations. Visit jungseed.com to learn how to place your pickup order so you can get your home growing season off to a safe and healthy start.
Instead of going to school every morning, what if school could come to you? Because learning happens anywhere and everywhere. K-12 powered schools provide a tuition-free, full-time, online public school education. It's public school at home. K-12's curriculum is designed to engage students, to challenge them. So visit K12.com today. Tuition-free in Wisconsin.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. Many of you still need to be on the road right now. Toyota is here to help.
We're offering an incredible 0% on our most popular Toyotas. That's 0% on Camry, 0% on RAV4, or 0% on Tacoma. Plus, Toyota will defer your payments for up to 90 days. And if you need service for your current vehicle, our service centers remain open.
We're here for you. Contact your local Toyota dealer to see how they can help. Toyota.
Your bank can be virtually any place you are. You can deposit checks from here, and you can see your transactions and check your balance from here, and pay bills from here. Because your bank isn't just one place. It's virtually any place you are. Just download and use the Chase mobile app. Visit chase.com/mobile.
You can garden safer at home with the help of Jung Garden Center. Curbside pickup is now available at all 5 Jung Garden Center locations. Visit jungseed.com to learn how to place your pickup order so you can get your home growing season off to a safe and healthy start.
News 3 Now.
Protesters ignore state orders to stay at home.
Disappointed and frightened by what the protests would pose in our state.
Providing you with the facts.
We need a decrease in the amount of positive tests as a percent of the total tests for 14 days.
About how the coronavirus outbreak is impacting our community.
A drive-by salute to the workers in Madison.
For the latest information, safety advice, and breaking news, watch News 3 Now, your coronavirus headquarters.
We're going to be mostly clear as we head through the overnight hours. Temperatures fall down towards 39 degrees. More sunshine along with a little bit of afternoon cloud cover comes our way as we move into tomorrow. We'll see those temperatures topping out right around 67. But that's the beginning of some warmer temperatures as we head into the weekend. 75 by Saturday, 71 on Sunday. Temperatures are cooler as we move through the rest of that extended forecast, but still comfortable with those highs in the upper 50s and low 60s.
All right, Chris, thank you. Tomorrow on Live at 4, our canine correspondents, Lola and Louie, have the best animal stories of the week.
And our Michael Bruno goes behind the screens at Middleton High School. They're talking about their theater program online. That's coming up tomorrow, May 1st. We'll usher in May tomorrow on Live at 4.
To our Pick and Save associates, for the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives, for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Online learning. Today, it's more relevant than ever. This is you, a person looking for a lasting career. And this is Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, where you can earn a degree in nursing, healthcare, business, and IT, anywhere, anytime. Take an online course free and get comfortable with online learning. That makes a degree from Herzing University more relevant than ever. I'm possible at Herzing. Learn more today.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering current Chevy owners OnStar Crisis Assist services and complimentary Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. It's just our way of doing our part.
In today's Final Touch, here's your chance to own one of the world's largest lunar meteorites.
It goes on private sale at Christie's beginning today. The moon rock, weighing almost 30 pounds, was probably struck off the surface of the moon by a collision with an asteroid or comet and then showered down on the Sahara Desert. It's known as NWA 12691. It's thought to be the 5th largest piece of the moon ever found on Earth.